everyone, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Taylor and welcome to my tower. I post all things related to Disney, my trip vlogs, planning for trips. I sprinkle a little bit of Taylor Swift in here and there, and also show you some of the behind the scenes of my daily life. So I'd really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below so you don't miss my future videos. I figured that there was no better way to kickstart 2024 on my channel than to do a 24 goals for 2024 and also to kind of do a recap and reflection of 2023. And then I also do have some pimple patches on because my skin is very angry with me right now. So if you see them, no you don't. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So to start, we'll do my 24 goals for 2024. And I'm not going to be categorizing these. I'm just going to tell them to you how I wrote them down because this is kind of the order that they came to me. So the very first goal for 2024 is to genuinely find happiness. I wrote be happy in all caps, mentally and with my body. So something that I really struggled with in 2023 was just letting my anxiety and depression weigh me down and take over my life. And I am literally just so sick of it. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I refuse to keep living the way that I've lived. And taking care of Lucky was a huge part of why I felt the way that I did, because dealing with a dog that you know is essentially dying. I mean, we managed his kidney disease for a long time, but just knowing that at any point he was going to take a turn and it was going to be fast, it just left me with anxiety all the time. Like when I wasn't here, this is my parents' house, by the way, when I would go home, I would just like be waiting for the phone call that something happened. And when I was here, I was just waiting for him to pass out because he had a heart murmur, so he would pass out. I was just always on edge waiting for something bad to happen, and I don't have a reason to live like that anymore. So it's just trying to kind of push all of those past feelings out of the picture because we don't have to live like that anymore. So yeah, basically I just want to feel confident with my body, be genuinely happy, and just do everything I can to make sure that I feel that way. And then number 2 is get a job that takes care of me and brings me happiness and fulfillment. So if you didn't know this, I am a freelance video editor and I also second shoot weddings here and there, and I also do sound gigs here and there. Honestly, none of the 3 of them are my passion. And so I think that's why it's making it so hard for me to like, again, find happiness because I'm doing a job that I don't genuinely love. Video editing I do love, but my dream is to do this full time and edit my own videos, be my own boss. So yeah, just trying to get a job that will be the stepping stone to get me there. So I want to get a job that makes me happy daily just because I don't want to be miserable. I worked retail for 5 years and I absolutely hated it, but I really do want to first look for jobs in the YouTube and creative field. I need to find something that's more consistent than just freelancing because it is not going to be a long-term solution. I just know that editing weddings and filming weddings and like all the things that I do is just not going to be enough for me for the rest of this year. So I definitely have to find a job. So number 3 is to establish a functional, achievable, and happy daily routine. So last year was a lot of energy into taking care of pets and people in my life that needed my attention, and I really put myself on the back burner, and my career has suffered, I've mentally suffered, all of that to say I didn't really have a solid routine that I was following, and now I have the power to wake up earlier and the entire day is mine. I really just have to take care of Sophie, and all I have to do with her is really let her out in the middle of the day. So number 4 is a really big one for me, and that is to change my mindset on things that will bring me a reward or benefit future Taylor. So all of 2023, I just did whatever I could to get through the day, honestly, as sad as that is. So if I felt like I needed to doom scroll, that's what I did. If I just wanted to lay on the couch and watch a movie, that's what I did. Like I didn't really have any motivation. I mean, I always have focused on this account, but you know, that's not a 24/7 priority. So I was never really doing anything for me to better my future self. I was doing anything current Taylor wanted to do. And I really want to wake up every day with the intention of how is future Taylor gonna benefit from what we do today? So for example, right now, I am going to the gym every morning. I am getting my ass on the treadmill and I am running as much as I can and then walking the rest because running is something I've really struggled with, and I have a 10K coming up in I don't know how many weeks, but at the end of February. So I need to make sure that I'm in shape for that because I would be devastated if I spent all this money, planned this entire trip, and ran this race and, you know, didn't get the medal because I couldn't complete it. I just want to make sure that I feel proud of myself, that I feel like I've earned it. Just doing things that will benefit future me and not so much the Taylor in the moment that doesn't want to go to the gym, that doesn't want to read in this very moment. I just have to keep thinking about how I'm gonna benefit from this later on. And then number 5 is to create and finish my dream Disney room. At this house, there is my childhood bedroom that is bright and it's got good lighting. It's the perfect Disney space for me, and as soon as I have the money to be able to really make it the way that I wanna make it, I just think I will feel so creative and inspired to really create the content that I've been dreaming of making, but I've just never had the space to be able to do it. Since I am not a park local, I cannot just go to the parks and do daily vlogs, which would be my dream. But while I'm in Jersey, I have to just make it work how I can. And then up next are my creator goals. I just kind of combine them into one. So my goals for this year are to hit 2K on Instagram and 1K on YouTube. I'm just trying to take this more seriously this year. If I want to do this full time, I have to gain the followers. That's just how this works. What I really care about is creating a community that I feel bonded with, but I also know that I do need to gain the followers to eventually do what I want to do with this account. And if you're not subscribed, that is one way that you can help support me and get me to that next goal. And then number 7 is to book a trip to Tokyo. It is the top of my bucket list in general in life. And this year, as you may or may not know, Fantasy Springs is opening at Tokyo Disney Sea, which is going to include a Tangled themed area and a Peter Pan area, and then I believe the third is Zootopia. I'm not sure what that third land is. All I really care about is the Tangled one, and I am so excited to see it in person. It is just literally going to be one of the peak moments of my life. I know it and I can feel it. By the end of this year, I need to have a trip planned, and I need to make sure that I'm working hard to get to that. Number 8 is to complete a 10K, which I already am in the works to be able to do that. So I am doing the Princess 10K in February for Run Disney. So I'm really excited to do that. I think I've talked about that quite a few times on here, but I'm not sure if I've like officially said that. And that will be my first ever race ever. Not just like Run Disney, just like in general ever. I've never done a race in my life. I've just never been able to do long form cardio. So I'm really excited to get that medal, and it's gonna be a Rapunzel medal, and I'm gonna be with my best friends, and I'm just really excited, and I'm just using that as my motivation for the gym every day now. Next on my list is to read 12 books. So reading is something that I have always struggled with, even in school. I've never been good at retaining the information. I would get to the end of the page and then have no idea what I've just read and wasted the last 2 minutes trying to read. And now that I have discovered Disney books that I enjoy reading, I plan on getting a Kindle in the near future, so that way I can kind of get through these books a little bit faster. But I do have 2 physical Disney books, the one I've already read and then the second one I'm currently reading. And I do feel that a physical book does make it harder for me, and I just know if I had a Kindle, I would definitely be able to breeze through the pages faster. I'd be able to read when Brad goes to bed a little bit before me. I could stay up later, and I just know that my eyes would be protected with the Kindle, because reading on my iPad is not really the most ideal way for me to do it. So right now I'm just reading the physical books that I have. When I read, I notice that there's a lot of vocabulary that I've just never heard. There's so many words that I'm like, I need to look this up right now because I've never heard this in my life. And so if I could just expand my vocabulary, expand my imagination, I just feel like that's all around a win, and why would I not do it? And then for number 10, I have fuel my body with as many nutritious foods as I possibly can. So majority of my diet right now is not good. I don't have a great relationship with food. I just eat whatever is available to me. And I need to start eating things that are going to literally fuel my body, fuel my brain, and make me feel better, make me think better. I just want to start eating things that are from the earth and meant to be consumed. I would like to stay away from as many processed foods as I possibly can, just because I just know how shitty I feel after I eat, and I don't want to continue to feel like that. And number 11 is kind of a silly one, but I want to get Luna a baby sister. When we play with her, she'll like roll over and just try to like play from her back. Like she just kind of gives up relatively soon. So I would like for her to have someone that could get her to lose weight because she is like 13 pounds. She's kind of a big girl. So I would like for her to be healthy and lose weight and stay stimulated, and I just feel like adding a kitten to our family would also just be really fun. Up next for number 12 is to plan a hangout once a month with my friends, and I'm gonna expand that into my family as well. I understand that everyone has their own lives, especially after a long day of work. I understand why people just want to go home, don't want to be bothered. On the weekends you have all kinds of different plans, but I feel like I would really like to make it a priority to really spend quality time with my friends and family. I have 3 new babies joining my family this year, and so my one cousin is due in just a few weeks. So as soon as her little boy is here, I would really like to go over there and help her out as much as I can, spend time with my little, he's not my nephew, he would be my second cousin, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to make sure that I'm spending more quality time with people who also want to spend it with me. Number 13 is to understand my caffeine addiction and break it if necessary. So I'm gonna get a little bit TMI here, I guess. When I drink too much caffeine, it makes my boobs hurt. And I know that caffeine can definitely cause cysts, especially in your boobs. So it's not something that I would really like to continue doing. And I also know that I'm addicted because if I don't have it, I will get a migraine. I have thrown up from the migraines that I get when I don't have caffeine. So I just feel like for those reasons, I just don't see the benefit of it anymore. I mean, I really love the taste and it's like a treat for me in the morning. But if it's not going to do me good in the long run, like I said, we're looking out for future Taylor, then I know that I probably do need to cut it. Number 14 is to wake up early every day and seize the day. 4 a.m. would be the end goal because that is the time that Brad is usually up for work. So I just feel like it would definitely be easier for me because someone else is also doing it with me. But for now, we're gonna be satisfied with 5 or 6 a.m., whatever we can do, depending on what time we get to bed the night before. We have to just not be too hard on ourselves this year. So number 15, I just want to be a genuinely nicer and better person. I like to believe that I am a good person, that I am nice to people, but I just would like to become even better at that. Just want to make sure that I am as good of a person as I possibly can be. Number 16 is gonna be one of the hardest ones for me, and that is to put myself first and protect my own feelings more than others. I feel like I am a pushover, honestly, and I will do whatever it takes to make the other person happy. I would always do what the other person wants to do. I won't even like try to negotiate it. I just make sure that everyone else is happy because it really does make me happy to know that other people are. But I also need to start standing up for myself. I need to start standing up for myself when things get uncomfortable, especially, you know, with the work that I do, and just making sure that I'm truly looking out for myself and the betterment of myself, really. Number 17, I feel like I've already mentioned this, but that is less doom scrolling. I wrote less junk food for my brain and body, which is so true because as much as I love watching TV and I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts and YouTube videos, they just aren't doing anything for me. If anything, I'm sure that the true crime podcasts that I'm listening to are just fueling my anxiety. And so what's the point of listening to it? Number 18 is to develop a new skill. So honestly, I would kind of say that reading might become this new skill because it's something that I've never just casually read before. I would like to shoot a little bit higher than that. And I'd like to really learn Japanese. Obviously, I will not probably ever be fluent in it because I think it's probably one of the hardest languages to learn. But if and when I book this trip to Tokyo, I want to make sure that I am going on Babbel and just learning the littlest bit of Japanese that I can because it's something that I've never done and I think it would be really cool. Number 19 is to establish a hair care routine that works for me and makes me feel confident. So my hair is one of the biggest insecurities besides my body as a whole. I'm very insecure of my weight. If you don't know, my hair is extremely thin. It's not the curls that I'm insecure about, but I feel like majority of the time they're just really frizzy, and I feel like I only have one good hair day, and that is directly after I wash it, which is right now. Number 20 I think is also going to be a difficult one, and that is to not miss any YouTube uploads. So as of right now, I post every Friday, and I have missed quite a few last year because I was either out of town or I was busy or I was dealing with Lucky and I was just emotionally drained. Like there was just so many reasons, and I just feel like it didn't really matter whether or not I uploaded because I felt like no one really cared. I mean, my friends were really the only people that I knew of that were watching my videos. And so I was like, well, if I don't feel like it this week, no one's gonna care, no one's gonna miss my videos. But now I see that people do consistently watch, and I also just want to do this for myself because I love creating YouTube videos. It is the biggest thing that I want to do with my life, more so than Instagram. I really love doing YouTube, but I do have every single Friday planned out until April at this point. So I'm proud of myself for at least having a schedule. Now I just have to stick with it. So hopefully I can do that. And then kind of sticking with that at number 21, I have to interact with more followers and support other people's socials. How can I sit here and say, I want people to subscribe and like my videos and like my posts and comment on my posts if I'm not giving that same energy? I guess this would also kind of fall under the being a better person category, because if I can find something in someone's posts that I want to compliment them on, or something that has sparked joy for me that I want to let them know, like really like this location, this photo, this outfit, whatever it is, it will make them feel good, it will make me feel good. I just want to do better at supporting other people who are also trying to achieve the same goals as me. Number 22, I feel like it's a pretty important one, and that is to find an escape from daily stress and anxiety and just be consistent with it. So either yoga or meditation. I would like to do better for my mind and just really check out of all of my thoughts and emotions, let my mind go blank, give myself a reset, and just try to help with anxiety, I guess. Number 23 is to take more photos and videos of things and moments that bring me joy. So right now, majority of my camera roll is simply focused on whatever I can use as content. I just want to make sure that I'm really documenting my life because my memory is really bad, which I'm hoping that reading and going to the gym and eating good will kind of help me with all that. If I feel really good in the moment, I want to document it. If I'm with my friends, we really hardly ever take pictures together, honestly, and that's something that I would like to change. And then last but not least, at number 24, I have to remove and delete things that don't bring value to my life. So for example, decluttering my physical space. Also really need to declutter my phone because I barely have any storage left and we need room for documenting our life. So have to do better at that, do better at deleting screenshots and multiple photos. I have a lot of the same thing. Okay, I've been talking for quite a while now, so I'm gonna go through my 2023 goals and tell you guys what I did and didn't do. And I wanna try to move a little bit quickly because I appreciate your time and I understand that you've already been here for a while. So if you haven't seen this video, I will have it linked up above. This first goal was to straight up lose weight. That's what I wrote in my planner. I don't really think that that was attainable. I obviously didn't do it, but I don't think it was attainable because I just wrote lose weight and I didn't really sit down and say, how am I gonna do this? Am I gonna nourish my body? Am I gonna go to the gym? Am I gonna run a race and, you know, do things to get me there? I just wrote lose weight and then just kind of would hope that it happened, but it's not gonna happen if I don't put in the work. Second one was become physically and mentally stronger. I obviously am not physically stronger, but mentally, I don't know, because I would say that my anxiety and depression was as bad as it's ever been, but also I really do feel like I handled Lucky's death really well, honestly. I was really upset for the first few days and then I just realized like there's no point in crying, I guess. Like I've gotten all those feelings out and of course I'm still sad. I'm always gonna miss him. He was literally my whole world, but I just feel like I didn't let it really take over my life like I thought it was going to. I do think that I am mentally stronger because I've gone through that experience. So yeah, we'll say kind of 50-50 because I'm not physically stronger, but I would say mentally I am probably a little bit stronger, yeah. Next one was nourish my body and being better at taking vitamins. I'm definitely better at taking vitamins, but I would not say I nourished my body. That's still something I want to work on. But I'm glad that I used the same wording because that's true. That's exactly how I want to start viewing food. Up next was to go to doctor's appointments. I only went to the doctor's once, but I did get blood work. And that is something that I didn't do in 2022 because I do not like needles, but I did do it this year and I found out what vitamins I was low in so that way I could take the vitamins to get my blood work to be better and make my body function a little bit better. Up next, I had better communication in relationships, which I definitely feel like I've done. Up next was to understand myself better, and I do feel like I do because I was watching back that video and I was like, I could tell by watching myself, I was like, I feel lost. Really just kind of the best way I can explain it. Like I just feel like I understand myself better, and I think that I know that through doing YouTube because when you sit down and film these videos and then edit these videos and watch yourself back, you just kind of see yourself from the outside for a little bit. Up next, I have keep my house clean and minimalistic. I've always been really particular about my space being clean and being minimalistic, which is one of the reasons why I really want my Disney room to be minimalistic, because the more things I have, the more overwhelmed I feel. I honestly would like to declutter the apartment even more, but yeah, for the most part, I would say that that's a win. Up next, I have learn more about Instagram and YouTube. Obviously, it's natural that I have learned more just because I've been on the platforms consistently for the last year, but I still don't think that I've completed that, because what I meant by that was to really learn the back end side of Instagram and YouTube, understanding my analytics and, you know, what my followers want to see. And I really still just posted what I want to post, because I'm like, well, people will still follow me and they'll still see my stuff, but you have to be using the right hashtags, you have to post at the right time, you have to post the right quality, the right content, which is one of the reasons why I asked you guys on Instagram earlier this week to let me know what you want to see from me this year. Why do you follow me? Because it really is important and it helps me to shape my account to be what you guys want to see, because I love Disney and I love Taylor Swift, but how can I make that specific to make you guys want to see it? So just understanding the backside of Instagram and YouTube is still something that I want to work on in 2024. I wouldn't really say it happened too much in 2023. Up next, I had to learn more about politics and world issues. And I feel like I was more closed off than ever in 2023 because I was dealing with my own anxieties in my own life and my own world around me, that I could not handle the anxieties of understanding what's going on in politics and with the world. Like, it would just have been too much for me to bear, honestly. I'm not saying that what's going on in the world and with politics isn't important to educate yourself on, but when you're not really in the mental space to be able to handle that kind of stress and anxiety, it's just not gonna happen for me in 2023. So it didn't happen. I feel like this is election year, so I really should get back on trying to understand politics and understanding what I would want in who's running our state, our country, and all that kind of stuff. Up next is to become a better video editor, which I feel like, again, has come with the territory. The more that you do something, the better you get at it. So yeah, I would say I've become a better video editor. Then I had to learn more financial literacy, so AKA savings, investing. No, that didn't happen. I was really good with that in probably 2021, maybe 2022, because I am 26. I do need to kind of get my investing and my savings together and IRAs and stuff like that. Yeah, we need to do that in 2024 because it didn't happen in 2023. And then when I saw this next one, I just wanted to reach back to that early 2023 Taylor and give her a hug, because I wrote down that I wanted to create core travel memories, and little did I know that I definitely did that. I went to Disney, I think I only went twice last year. I did a day trip to Festival of the Arts, and then I did obviously my 8-day trip with my 11 new friends. But at the time of filming that video, I don't even think I knew that Liv was hosting a trip, so I obviously didn't know that I would even be a part of it. And so yeah, I am really happy that I have created those core memories both at Festival of the Arts and going on that trip. Really happy to say that that one did happen. Up next, I had check a travel destination off of my bucket list. That did not happen. I only went to Disney World. Up next, I had learned something from traveling, and I feel like I learned so much on my most recent trip, because I learned that I am capable of flying by myself, which I've done before, but that was like pre-anxiety days for me. I flew to England alone, which 2023 Taylor probably would not have done. Creating new memories with new people that I have never met before. Like, I never thought I would do something like that. And so I learned that I can make friends even in my mid-20s. Up next, I had to donate more financially. I mean, I did donate here and there throughout 2022 because it is something that makes me feel good, and I know that I'm helping someone else, so why would I not do it? But I was really at a point last year where I could not give financially to anyone, let alone myself. So no, that did not happen. And then the last thing on my list was to donate items I no longer use. I have a pile of stuff ready to go, but I just didn't physically do it yet, so we're not counting that as happening. So we did less than half of our 2023 goals, and I'm really hoping for 2024 that I complete all of them. Obviously, that is the goal, but if I can get done majority of them, I'd be happy with that too. That is all that I have for this week's video. I would love to know some of your goals for 2024 in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, tap the little icon, and subscribe so you don't miss my future videos, and I will see you real soon. Bye.